Hey, lovely Aries, thank you for joining me. This is your reading for around this time of what has been the new moon in Cancer. So let's have a wee look. Excuse the light, it seems to have just gone a bit funny here. But anyway, let's just see. Look, there's a restrictive, I've laid the cards out in a shortened Celtic cross today. And we'll go through and clarify. We'll just talk about this for a little bit. There seems to be a kind of element of restriction. Anyway, look, let's just go through. You come out, Aries, with the Hierophant. The Hierophant, I always like to think, for me, is about esoteric information. It's about hidden information that is yours, for you, intrinsically, for your own growth. It can also often represent mentors. And of course, historically was, in regards to institutions like the church, when they ran everything. So you get given some new information. It's crossed by the nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords in the Thoth deck is called cruelty. It is something that we do to our minds, and this is the whole point, or something that we inflict upon ourselves, those sort of catastrophic thoughts, early hours of the morning, that just go around and around in a never-ending record. Yeah, I just get here that something is not marginalising whatever this is for you, Aries. These are really general readings, but there's a kind of restrictive quality here. We'll keep going through. The basis of this whole reading is the card of the Five of Cups. So we've got 5 cups. We've got 2 full cups, but we focus on the 3 spilt cups. In the Thoth deck, this beautiful card is called Disappointment. And because it is the first sort of lesson, well, not the first lesson, but it is through understanding and experiencing this loss, this idea of loss, and yet it is within our ability to get a hold of our mind and actually shift our perspective, right? Because this reading to me is all about mind, is all about your mind, what you're focusing on. It's also, when I look through it, it's about an offering that you feel somehow restricted and being able to receive it. That's just what I'm getting here. So 5s are really good because it's conflictual. It's if it's not about drawing boundaries with others, or kind of understanding our own ability to be sort of not deceptive, but to disappoint ourselves, in the 5 of Swords with our behaviour. In the 5 of Cups, it's like all it takes is a shift of perspective to see those two. Anyway, I'll keep going. What's behind you is this beautiful Ace. It is the Ace of Cups. It's divine. It's divine. It's a gift of love, and love comes in many forms, But it is a gift for you to welcome in and shape it in your world in the way that you choose to. It is without form yet, but it is a gift for you. I think possibly for some particular person out there, you know, it could be an offering that you feel in the present moment you're restricted somehow. We get the 8 of Swords, which is basically, summing it up in a nutshell, self-limitation. We're bound. We're bound by the worries, by the unfounded fears. We're bound. And if we stay in the 8 for too long, that's when we start to exert cruelty upon ourselves, you know, and that's what I feel. It sounds weird maybe, Aries, but that's what I feel is happening. Moving forward, we have, but we will clarify, this beautiful Knight, this Knight of Wands, very passionate, very impulsive, possibly aspects of you, you know. Maybe you know, there's a difference between impulsivity. Just because I'm not suggesting that you are. I'm just talking about this particular card. That just because something or someone is really impulsive, it doesn't mean that they've got no ability to limit themselves. It just means that their impulsivity is a habit. And in fact, it could be that sort of behavioural thing where you do these particular, you know, your habits of behaviour are kind of about constantly restricting yourself. So you go off on this impulsive thing knowing, being the self-saboteur. You know, this is the self-saboteurial archetype of which we all have as humans, I do think. That we go off on this, whatever it is for us, you know, this impulsive kind of reactionary thing, knowing that this will limit us, that we won't achieve what we wanted, or that we won't be able to, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, this is just the general feeling here. So let's, what I'm interested in, beautiful Aries, is, we'll keep going, is the Hierophant. Is that I'm interested in. This Hierophant for Aries, please. Can we clarify? Well, the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Yeah. Okay. So we get the Wheel of Fortune. So this information, whatever this information is, maybe it's about how you can temper, you know, the mind chatter. Maybe it's information about how to change those habits. What we also get is the 3 of Cups, which I always think about when the 5 of Cups comes up, because those 3 spilt cups in the 5 are these cups. You know, your ability to enjoy, to celebrate. So we see those spilt, but we still have 2 cups left, which the 2 cups left indicate your choice and your choice of perspective. Do you see what I mean? So it's quite interesting. Look, it could be generally about matters of the heart. I think it's about your perspective. struggling. This is a struggle with something. It's a struggle with an aspect of your own mind habits, I do feel. Can we just have a look at the basis, this 5, please? The basis of this reading overall, the 5. Yeah, it's an internal conflict. We'll just get one card. One more card. It's an internal conflict. We get the 5 of Wands. Talk about 5s, you know, boundary lines. There is some restriction here. Look, it's there's some restriction. Wow. We get 3 other cards coming out. So we get the 2 at the basis of this reading, the disappointment. We know we can change our perspective, that we do have a choice. We get the 5 of Wands. It's sort of play battle. We just want to figure out what our boundaries are, and actually what someone else's boundaries are as well. Look, there's a challenge here. I mean, a personal challenge is what I think. We have justice. You know, we're trying to get a balance here. We're really trying to figure this out. Because we need to, because the time is right, because the Hierophant has come with his key. You see what I mean? Beautiful Aries. We have justice. This is all to do. This is all just looking at this 5 of Cups. 5 of Wands. So we have justice first, rebalancing the scales, and natural law. You know, these times come to us when we really need to, for our highest good in terms of moving forward, that we really need to figure certain things out here. This is a really mental, it's a really mind emotion reading. Like, and the this Knight of Wands, you know, who has come up again. We've got the King of Wands. Is all here in your will center. There's a restriction because there's a need to balance heart and mind. Lovely Aries. I don't want to lose track of this. So we have the King of Wands coming up again, the Knight of Wands. And the Thoth deck is really the King of Wands. So we've got him twice, he or she, with the Ace of Cups. Pardon me, sorry, Aries. There's a struggle here, I do feel, and a limitation to being able to accept this gift. It's not actually in form yet, in a form, but it is on offer. And whether that's someone offering that to you or the environment offering it to you, I kind of get more and more that it's someone offering it to you, but there's a limitation, there's a restriction to that. And we need to really look at, you know, this 8 of Swords. But before we do, beautiful Aries, let's have a look at the Ace of Cups, which is just behind you. And it is the basis, a part of the basis of this entire reading also. Okay, so we get the 4 of Swords. Respite after battle. Taking time out, Aries. And we also get the 10 of Cups. And, of course, the Wheel of Fortune in the central point. You are in this zone where you're on... The Wheel of Fortune is turning again for you. You're on a new spin. But it's just taking you a wee while. because I do feel that there's been some kind of loss here that's taken you a while to come back from. But the thing is, while all of this is going on, there's a bit of a struggle, you know, heart and head. And there's an element of restriction, but you cannot stop this new cycle, lovely Aries. This is just what I get. 8 of Swords, please, for Aries. Just to clarify, please. For beautiful Aries, we get one card. We get the Knight of Swords. This is a truth here that there is a level of self-limitation. Again, we get the Knight of Wands. We get the Knight of Wands and the 5 of Discs. So we get here that there's a restriction here. This Knight wants to come in and just get rid of your self-limitations in this whole situation. It's like a clean sweep, and the quicker you get out of that state of feeling as if you've been bound, the quicker you can do it, the better. I do feel that. Then we get the Knight of Wands for basically second time. And then the 5 of Discs, which is about having a lack mentality. You know, if you're ever in any doubt that you don't have what it takes, or that, you know, you're not good enough. These are things that are common to all of us. And it's just not right. It's just not true. Look, you're challenged. You know, there's some big challenges in here for you psychologically, Aries. And you know that there's a new cycle that's just about to begin. And you're scared. This is just what I get from here. So let's look at the Knight. Moving forward. This Knight, and I don't think it's you, but it might be, is bringing in, it can be elements of you, of course. It's bringing in messages coming very fast, whether that's internet, whatever it is. But this is going to provide you with some clarity here, Aries. And that things often will start moving very quickly. I do think it's about matters of the heart. We get the Lovers with that. It's about not only synthesizing, integrating aspects of yourself in a new way for a new cycle, but we've got detritus of the past here lingering. And it won't be long, beautiful Aries, that there's a release that is coming here. There's a release that's coming here very soon for you to allow you to you know, really get back on that wheel. 100%, 150% sure that you've you have fully dealt with that old detritus. There's a lot of love in here. There's a lot of mental anguish as well, beautiful Aries. So let's just, this new moon in Cancer, I think, has been quite a challenging time for a lot of people. Look, we get, with the Brian Froud deck, we get the Ra card, which is basically, this is like movement. The Ra is just a ball of energy. It's like a vibrating ball of energy. And that's what it's for. It's supposed to just go, it's supposed to shake things up and enhance the speed by which we can achieve what we need to. In matters of the mind and the heart. And just one more, please. And this is totally it, Aries. This is totally it. We get Guardian at the gate. We get Guardian at the gate. You're right in this at this time. And just a breath away, you move through that tight squeeze. You move through it. And when you come onto that other side of it, you'll realize fully. You'll realize fully that those imbalances of the past, here, causing a restrictive center of will, those imbalances are going to be tipped on their head, because you're on a new cycle. Yes. Excuse me. This new cycle, we get the beautiful card of eruption. Boom. 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 It's amazing. It's amazing. Because this fireworks display, whatever it is, this shaking up, this Ra force energy is pushing you through. This is the hardest, tightest little bit. And once you're on the other side, phew, then you can look back, you can see what comes of an eruption, which is an amazing clarity and an incredible strength. And I think someone's, I think this, for some of you, this night is on the other side of this bottleneck for you. It's beautiful, actually, Aries. Just a wee word card, please. And I just split the deck. Ditch the saboteur, dear friends. As I said earlier, all power to you, beautiful Aries. Thanks for tuning in. There'll be some more readings up towards the end of the week, and if you know your chart, have a look at your moon, ascendant, Venus and Jupiter as well. Take good care, Aries. Thank you. Thanks for joining in. See you next time. Take care.